Hello, beautiful world. Faris Al Hajri, PhD AM here in Oman, a beautiful country where I belong. The universal power battling human towards unity, not segregation, division. This may be looking interesting. And what is the relationship with about aquapathy? So aquapathy comes from three words that we used to call it with generic name hot water therapy. So what is the relationship? Why? First of all, aquapathy, hot water, being the source, exclusive source of creation and growth of every human being on this planet. In addition, hot water is the exclusive source of every living organism. So without the hydrological cycle that starts from oceans, the water surface to become hot, to become a hot water, then you would not have the water cycle, evaporation, condensation, and so on, runoff. You will never, so there will never be life on this planet. And also, without hot water in the womb of every single mother, today and all in the past, today, 2023, with the world population going to touch by 8 billion people, going back to history, you will never find a child taking place throughout 9 months, 24 hours, throughout 9 months, all the time, 24/7, day and night. The temperature of that amniotic fluid is hot, it's not cold, it's not warm, specifically at 37.5 degrees Celsius, hot. And the volume of the water percentage is 98 to 99% water. So simply, it's hot water. Why? From that covalent bonds of hydrogen and oxygen split to provide, to feed the baby, the fetal, to take place, to keep growing exponentially, the child taking place that you, me, including every human being on this planet. There is no single human that did not take place in the womb of the mother. That development has taken place. So that child is fed with the water, oxygen, hydrogen, energy. I coin them the fields, the four essential elements of life. These represent exclusively the laws of creation and nature. You are not bound to the laws of invention. Invention is by human. Creation is by the universal intelligence. You may call God because we believe in God. I believe in God. And whatever you believe is up to you, but we are created. We are not invented. That's the difference between a human's invention and what has been created. So every living organism has been created. In addition, every non-living things have been created. They have not been invented by human and can never be invented by any human. So we are not part of this technology. My nose is not part of the technology. My nose is the same nose as it was 10,000 years back of the human being who was 10,000 years, including your nose, including every human, and so on with all the organs composition. So what's going wrong? Let me give you some of the hints to show that we have created unnecessarily a war within ourselves. That war will never end. From the first creation of human being, the first couple, until today. For how long? But enough is enough. We need to take action. We need to step step forward and take a moment and to understand we are creating a battle within ourselves. We fight human, human detest human, human compete human. It starts with just simple competition. It goes into wars and wars and wars until killing, wars, all these things. This is the moment of aha moment. It's a moment of change. It's a moment of wake up. So let me give you What's going wrong with the human being? That you, that's me, that's every human being on this planet. But we need to take this change. We need to take one step forward to do this change, make a change that never happened in the history of humankind. And I repeat it here, a change that never happened in the history of humankind. Simply because both of us, me and you, and whoever watched this video, every human being on this planet has been created. And we, all of us, so we have been created, so we share three factors of unity. Three. Source of creation. How? We were created in the womb of our mothers and encountered by amniotic fluid. You can imagine, it's all united. All united. We came from one single family. Your family, the first grandfather and grandmother, the first in the history of human being, you many they call Adam and Eve, am I right? They are mine and they are yours. You are my blood. Just look at me. Let me look at you. Just look at me. Let's see it one another. We are one blood. My blood is red, it's not green. So who fights who? What's going wrong? My blood is red and your blood is red because of the red blood cell. But actually it's a water. It's the running hot water. But with color, that color that changed the color of the blood is just simply the red blood cells that, in addition to the proteins, the vitamins that, from the food that taking place from being metabolized, the food. But actually our blood is simply a running river, endless river of hot water that carries water, oxygen, hydrogen, energy. Those are exclusive. In addition, they carry these vitamins, proteins, and so on. So we are having this one source of creation. Number two is about the body composition. I am created of one nose, two eyes. I never seen a human being with three eyes. I have never seen a human being with two noses. I have never seen a human being with three mouths. Come on, what's going wrong? I see my twin. I see my twin. So that's is represented by the DNA. Our DNA is represented by 99.9, I think, 99. So that's very tiny difference. In our DNA, it just could be maybe the color, and my skin color changes. It evolves according to time passes. As time passes, if I were to live in Europe for thousands of years, about our generation, the color of the skin will change because of the climatical condition. If I were to live in Africa, then with thousands of years, generations, my skin will become pale. And so on. If I were to live in Asia, with thousands of generations to come, I'm talking about, then the skin will start to change gradually because of the environmental condition, climatical condition. But we came from one single family. So that body composition is just resembled with the 99.99%. But again, remember about our soul. My soul, your soul, they are resembled by 100%. Just take my word, 100%. Because the soul never dies. When we are separated, when we die, is the time that the body stay on this planet, whether by buried, whether by cremation, whatever any mean, it stay here. The body is the inhabitant of this planet, but the soul is inhabitant of the eternal. Somewhere extraterrestrial, somewhere, we don't know where. But we know it's somewhere there. So the soul joined the body to become a human being, the system itself. But that system to function will never function properly without these exclusive fuels, where we go with the laws of creation and nature, cosmogenic systems, laws of nature. That's so simple. You go with the third dream and ambition. That dream and ambition is the third factor that unites me and you. You have dream and I have dreams. Dreams to become successful, dreams to achieve greater being of who I am as a human being, to do better, to build, you have a lot of dreams. It's about success. It's the same thing with me. Dream to be praised, dream to be given the gratitude, you be given the thank you word that you deserve when you contribute to others. That's also me. We share the same dreams and ambition, all of us, with no single even exemption. But what's going wrong? What's going wrong that I've never seen that kind of unity that we need to do. There's a lot of people, a lot of people throughout today and in the past. They've contributed to make peace. They've done a lot. But what's happening? We get peace and then we fall again. Or we segregate one another. So what's going wrong? Something is going wrong. You know what? This is what I'm telling you. Because everybody wants to talk about peace. Even people, when they do atrocities or they do revenge to others, or anybody who does something wrong against the right of others, I think he's under PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Because there is an incident that has made that person to face those traumatic incident and cause kind of called revenge, or taking right by force, or love of power beyond the right way, or love of money beyond the humanity. So causing destruction. They don't care. The person doesn't care what destruction can happen as much as how much money or power he will make. So that person, I believe, is some kind of psychological imbalance. Need a rehabilitation. I say it again. And here is not just only rehabilitation, but need revitalization. That's why we coin our brand, Hakwa Revitalize. And why we include Hakwa in revitalizing the human being is just to refresh back the person based on the laws of creation. Originally, when that complete formation, development has taken place in the womb of the mother for 9 months, through the provision continuously 24/7 all throughout, sufficient provision of water, oxygen, hydrogen, and energy. So we need to provide continuously sufficient amount of each of these fuels, I coin them the fuels, the 4 essential elements of life. So what will happen here? When we try to segregate ourselves with a human being, as I mentioned, we are all united. When we try to isolate in the name of race, religion, color, whatever you may call it, country of origin, whatever you call, any difference, a minor difference that exists between us as human beings, I think something wrong is with our brain. Why? The question is why? The brain, which is the central command of our body. But remember, I want you to take this note. The biggest mistake is when we allow our brain to control us. Our brain is controlled by our soul. That's they say subconscious. Now the soul is the master that never do mistake, never hate, never seek to revenge, but seek to do contribution, because all they came from one source. And my soul, your soul, every human soul is the same. So how can we reach that? How can we build collaboration more than destruction? How can we make a better world today, and that we can make exponential growth of everything, not just only technological advancements, but also not only science, though all these fall under human's invention, but also in the creation, in nature. Understand nature. Look, this is nature. How we can live with nature, how we can live is first to create the peace between us. Then we will start to understand we are irrevocably part of nature. We are the master of nature. We as human beings, including you. Once you understand nature, it reciprocates to take care of you. Once you understand nature, then the war against human start to diminish. The nature is fighting us. We are at war with the universal intelligence that we have created it. This is the moment of change. You need to contribute to be part of this change, this evolution that is taking place, that never happened in the history of humankind. And I repeat this one. This is recorded and it's going to be in the YouTube channel. It's going to be there. Just to remind you, just wait and see. For the reason, the more we call for unity, the more we leave a legacy, the more we do something for this world, a better world. But we need to understand why the brain is the one trying to control everything in the information storage, taking information, store the information, formulate the information, put the information into action, taking action. What is happening with our brain? What's going wrong? Why when we do something wrong, atrocity or anything wrong, or even insult somebody against the right of others, then we go back and we start to regret? Because our soul start to communicate with us and telling you, hey, something is wrong. You have done wrong. You have gone out of the laws of creation and growth, and laws of creation and nature. So what we need to do here is to understand that our brain, for it as part of the system, our body, an entire body, which is composed of the body and soul. I am one part of the body. As you see, I see my nose here from the video, mirroring. Okay, as I'm taking selfie, I see my eye. Okay, that's a physical part. But I'm also made up of the other part, that's the soul, including you. But that system made up of body and soul, it's a system composed of the body and soul. The system, you just imagine, how dare, I'm sorry to use this word, how dare can the system function without the fuels that keep the system to run? That system has been created, and during the formation of that system to complete till the process of the development of fetal development has taken place with the free provision of the fuels, the 4 essential elements of life: water, oxygen, hydrogen, energy. So that was provided free. That's the reason when a child is born, I want you to take this note. When a child is born, the moment a baby cry, newborn, the first cry is a message telling, I came in a strange world. I came from the womb of my mother, where the formation has taken place. My fetal has taken complete development till I became a complete human being before birth. So when I came to life, I start to cry as a baby, crying, I need aqua, I need hot water. That should continue the same process, because that's reversed back to the laws of creation. We abide to respect the laws of invention. A vehicle is being invented. A cell phone is invented. But we abide to maintain that tool or a machine that has been invented by human according to the manufacturer recommendation, guidance, rules and regulation, for us to maintain that tool or machine to function. But you are not part of the invention. You are part of being created, a living organism. So the living organism relies to complete itself by itself till birth in a full formation through the provision of non-living things. All these are also irrevocably part of the nature. So why not to abide with that rule? We cannot change that. There is no way we can change. We don't have any technology to change even a finger of human being, to put another finger that will function accurately according to the one that's exactly come with the birth that I have. I was born with that finger, that if I lose this finger, there's no any invention that can replace my finger with exactly with the same finger, with the blood flows and all this is how it performs. And so any part of my organs of my body, there is no technology. Let's not lie to ourselves. You are not subject to technology. Your nose, your eyes, everything. You need to understand, for you to maintain your entire physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, social health, and not only that, to reach the optimal health. Not only that, to reach the transcendental life, to reach the power of you, the power of you, power of your mind, power of your soul, power of your physical power, even to be like a Hercules. And I mean it. You make reverse back to a video I've shown last 2 days, and I put in my channel, where I use a hammer, rubber hammer, but it's a very hard hammer, because of using these modalities of aqua therapy, which I use based on the laws of creation. I reverse my body to being revitalized the way I was created, to maintain my body strong. That's for you. That demonstration, it was not for me to show about me or to show force, but it's for you and for the world and any human being except a robot, an artificial intelligence. So you can imagine, when you start to reverse back to the laws of creation, that means you inject water, oxygen, hydrogen, energy to your brain, to your entire body. What do you expect your brain to do? Because your brain is dehydrated, has been dehydrated since you were born. The moment you're born, you came to life, you have been discontinued. You need to start to continue that. From the moment you hear this video, start to implement Aqua Revitalize therapy. Inject your brain with water, which is, your brain is made up of 78% water. Your brain use 20% oxygen, the highest than any part of the body. Your brain use the highest energy, 20%. Your brain relies on how much hydrogen for every electron in your brain to move and to take action. So without the provision of water, oxygen, hydrogen, energy continuously every single day, you need to follow the modalities of Aqua Revitalize therapy for you to revert back, to revitalize yourself back to the laws of nature. With that, you can imagine what will be the performance of your brain, how your brain is going to perform, and what will be the achievement you'll be achieving. You're going to be part of this mega change and evolution that's taking place. Let's do peace. Let's understand that enough is enough. Let's be part of this evolution. Beautiful world, wonderful world. I love you, platonic love. Share this video. Like this video. Never quit. Follow what we're trying to explain to you. It's for you and for your loved one. Bye-bye. So it's just part of how I love nature. Nature is part of us. And when you respect nature, it reciprocates to respect you, because we are the master of nature. We as human beings, you who is watching this video, you are the master of every nature. You are in control. Let's stop this war that nature fights us, telling us something is wrong with you, human being. Stop your atrocity. Stop your competition. Stop your war against human. Stop your killing. Stop your discrimination. Come together for a better world, for our children, for our coming generation. That sooner or later, your name is engraved in the gigantic stone of life. Bye-bye.